What's up guys, I'm Saman from Stein. So should you buy the Pixel 4a in 2021? Now I've been using this smartphone, so this has been my primary device for quite a few months right now, and I'll be sharing about my experience with this smartphone. I'll be talking about the best things about this and even a little negatives about this smartphone. And at the end of the video I'll tell three things or mention three things, and if those three things meet your requirement, then definitely go ahead and buy this smartphone. So without wasting any precious time, let us begin. So let me start with the pros of this smartphone, the things I enjoyed a lot about this smartphone. And the first thing is the size. 5.8 inches. So the best thing about this is that it is not too small like a 4.7 inch iPhone SE or a 5.4 inch iPhone 12 mini, but rather this is a size which is not too big, not too small, but kind of an ideal size. And in the world of 6.5, 6.7 smartphones, using this is like amazing. Not only does it feel good in hand, I can easily use this for longer hours. I mean, I don't usually do that, but if I want to do that, I can do that without any sort of wrist pain or any sort of finger pain. So that is an advantage here. And with this compact size, even though it is 5.8 inches, watching videos on this and generally consuming content on this has been really good. I have till date never felt like I'm watching something on a smaller display. So that is what makes this a really ideal compact smartphone. And if you like compact smartphones, you will definitely like this. Second thing is that Google didn't go with a basic LCD display or something like that, but rather they went with an AMOLED display. But I'll right off say this is not the best AMOLED display, but it is pretty good. And in my experience, I've always felt like there's a small greenish tint to it, a small greenish tint touch to it, but it usually doesn't bother me that much, so I'm fine with that. But the only problem I faced like twice in my entire usage is that the top right and the bottom right corners sometimes don't register touch properly. Sometimes I don't know if it's a problem with my device, and if you've experienced that, definitely put that in the comments below. But other than that, display is good. I won't say it's the best, but it's actually good. And the next thing is the cameras. The back camera, even though this is a single camera, I have to say Google has really nailed the camera. I mean, they've been doing that for a long time, and this is no exception. Whenever I've used the back camera, so I'm specifically saying the back camera because I'll talk about the front camera later, but the back camera has been amazing. So even if you're a person who likes to click photos of say animals or nature or someone, even portrait, then this is amazing. And even for video, this is a really good smartphone. And Google has made sure they have quite a good amount of feature sets, not too high or like nothing at all, but they have a proper amount of feature sets when it comes to the camera, like slow motion, portrait mode, night mode, and things like that. So in that ways you can explore a lot with this, and you will get really good results, be it photo or video. And next is the performance. So before buying the smartphone, of course, the big tech reviewers get the smartphone before. So upon seeing all those reviews, certain reviews were kind of mixed, like the performance is not great, blah blah blah. But you have to keep in mind, those people have access to the best hardware. Those people test the most powerful smartphone. So when compared to that, this at times might feel slow, because in fact the display is only a 60 Hz display. So it might, when compared to a high refresh rate display, this might not seem like super smooth and buttery when it comes to performance. But to be honest, in practical use, in day-to-day tasks, the performance has been solid. Not even once have I felt lag. So if you're a person who likes to casually use a smartphone and occasionally play some small games, maybe like golf or temple run or something like that, then this shouldn't be a problem. Like, I will talk about intense gaming later on, so keep watching. But for everyday day-to-day performance, even if you keep multiple tabs open, this can handle it without any problem. So that's what makes this, in terms of performance, good. It might not have the best of the best specs for the price, but with what you get here, the performance has been solid. And also thanks to the stock Android experience that we have with the Pixel, I haven't even noticed a single bit of lag till now. Next up, the battery has been really good on this smartphone. So I've easily been able to use the Pixel 4a for an entire working day. Now, my usage of smartphone isn't like too rigorous. I don't play so many games or stuff. It's just casual web browsing, occasional video calls, things like that. So for that, I could definitely use this for an entire day without any issues. So in terms of battery life, if you're a person who has a usage pattern, like say you browse the web occasionally, have frequent video calls, things like that, then this can at least last you for an entire day without any issues. And if you're a person who's like super extreme, like gaming, intensive web browsing, like occasional video calls, like a lot of video calls, then the battery life might not be ideal for you. You might have to carry around a charger, a portable charger with you. So keep that in mind. And finally, this people might find like, what is this fellow talking about? But one thing I like about the smartphone is the plastic back. So I'm not talking about the design. The back is plastic and not glass. So I've actually dropped this phone once, but still nothing happened, and that's because of this. I mean, it fell like this, the back side first. So even after that, nothing happened. Maybe if it was a glass back, it could have shattered, but that didn't happen here. So with the plastic back, I think this is kind of an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage. And let us move into the cons, the things that I didn't like about this smartphone. And first is the looks. I mean, it's pretty standard, dull looking smartphone. You can spice it up by adding a dbrand skin or something like that. I mean, if you do that, it'll definitely look good. And I recommend you to go for the pastel skins, because those are amazing on this. But anyways, even though yes, this is plastic, and when you drop it, it's not going to affect anything, but still, you know, you're paying 30,000 rupees or 32,000 rupees for that. You could have expected something much more better. And you know, the camera ring looks like some other phone, but I have to say, personal preference, even though I like this is plastic and when it falls nothing happens, design wise it could have been a bit more, you know, refined, polished, rather than looking so boring. And next up, this is a really important thing I noticed with the Pixel 4a, and that is the front camera. No matter how good the back camera is, the front camera on the Pixel 4, to be honest, to be really honest, is bad. Should I say bad? Okay, not up to my expectations. I was using a OnePlus 5 before this, but compared to that, the front facing camera on this is not good. It is too grainy, and little low light, then bam, gone. The quality is absolute trash. Do you have the same experience with the front camera? Let me know, because in today's world, selfies and taking videos of one own self is like really popular. So you see Instagram reels, things like that. So people are shooting themselves a lot these days, and the front camera not being good, it's not even near to how the back camera is. So like, this is a camera, you can give a grade of A. Now this is a C or even D camera at times in low light. So that is what my experience has been, and I was kind of disappointed. Hope in the maybe the Pixel 5a or whatever next version of this comes has a better front facing camera. Now before going to the last point, let me just tell you, this smartphone is not meant for high-end intensive hours and hours of gaming. No, this smartphone is not for that. Even though the smartphone has a 700 series Snapdragon processor, it still can't handle all those games at the highest settings for hours and hours. It doesn't overheat. I've tried, it doesn't overheat. It can handle the games, but I would say the ideal setting should be medium. Like you can play, but if you want to play competitively, get like really smooth frame rates, then always have to put games at medium. And by games that you have to reduce settings, I mean games like Call of Duty or PUBG Mobile. This is not meant for gaming, so that's what I can say. If you're a gamer, look somewhere else. And last but not least, this is the most important thing. I got this smartphone because I wanted a compact smartphone and I didn't want to spend so much money on an iPhone 12 mini, so that's why I settled for this. But I have to say, even for the 32,000 rupees I spent, I really don't think it is an ideal option for many unless you want a compact smartphone. Because come on, 32,000, you're spending 32,000, and for 32,000 you have smartphones like Poco F3 GT, OnePlus Nord 2, and you have the Vivo series of smartphones. You have a huge selection of smartphones that you can buy. You can spend like 18,000 or 19,000 rupees and get performance better than this, and sometimes both, even the front facing cameras better than this. So that's how the competition is, and this smartphone is only for a selective market, and I'll tell you for whom this is. Reason 1, if you want a compact smartphone but don't want to spend a whole lot of money on an iPhone 12 mini, then go for this. Because I have to say, this is a pretty compact smartphone, but which is not too small. So I would say this is an amazing size to begin with. Number 2, if you value stock Android very much, like very much, then go for this. Stock Android experience on this has been beautiful. If you like stock Android, then go for this. Third reason, amazing back camera. So if you're a person who goes around taking a lot of photos and you want kind of the best output, then look nowhere. For this price, this is an amazing camera. But the front camera is bad, but the back camera is an amazing camera, and you should definitely try this out. If you like primarily or like 90 to 95% use a back camera, then this is good. And other than these, I really find no reason like for you to go and buy the smartphone. If you want a compact smartphone, that should be actually the main reason why you are getting this. If not, look somewhere else, because to be honest, when you look at it in terms of value, this is not great value. So thanks for watching, and this here is Suman signing off once again. Catch you later.